Hi DIYers, this is Michael from Alarm Grid, and today I'm going to be showing you how to enroll a DSC PowerG PG9303 door and window sensor to a Qolsys IQ Panel 2 Plus security system. Now, like all PowerG sensors, the PG9303 can work with any version of the Qolsys IQ Panel 2 Plus, as it has a built-in PowerG transceiver for accepting PowerG sensors. So with this sensor, you get the 128-bit AES encryption, that's military-grade encryption, and you also get a wireless range of up to 2,000 feet away from the Qolsys IQ Panel 2 Plus in an open-air environment. Remember that walls and large metal obstacles can reduce range, but we're going to be enrolling the sensor today. It's pretty simple. We're going to show both ways to enroll it. We recommend auto-enrolling because that prevents you from making a mistake while entering the serial number. But I'm also going to show you the process for manual enrolling because we have heard that some users have had trouble performing a successful auto-enrollment. So the way that this works, we're going to put the IQ Panel 2 Plus into its auto-enrollment mode, and then we're going to power on the sensor by inserting the battery. If it's your first time using the sensor, then you can actually pull the battery tabs to do this, but we've already opened up our sensor before, so we're going to show you if you were removing and then reinserting the battery. So we're at our IQ Panel 2 Plus here. We're at the main screen, and we're going to click the small gray bar at the top. We're going to choose Settings. We're going to choose Advanced Settings. Then we're going to enter in our installer code, which ours is at the default of 411111. We're going to choose Installation. And we're going to choose Devices, and we're going to choose Security Sensors, and then we're going to go to Auto-Learn Sensor. And now the system's in its auto-enrollment mode. So we have our DSC PG9303 right here. And so how you open it up, you take a flathead screwdriver, which ours is in Phillips head mode right now, so we're just going to switch that over. And we have ours just like that. We stick it into the tab right there, the first tab, and then we're going to do the other tab. We're just going to twist it off, and we can open up the sensor just like that. So the first thing we want to do, the main thing we're going to do, we're just going to take out the battery. So I like to just take our screwdriver and kind of pry it in there to get it off, and then I will pick up the battery because it is on the floor now. And we have our battery, and we're just going to insert it back into the sensor, and that will power it on to allow for auto-enrollment. And there, it took a brief moment. We were all sure it was going to go through. And so we have our auto-learn PowerG sensor, and we'll just click OK. And then this is where we would configure the settings. Remember, the sensor group is important because that determines how the system will respond when the sensor is faulted. You can set the chime, the voice prompts, you can set a name for the sensor, but we're fine with all that. So we're just going to click Add New at the bottom, and then it's going to begin enrolling the sensor, and it added successfully. If I go back to the main screen, you'll see that we have a tampered. It's tampered and it's open because we don't have the magnet connected, aligned with the sensor right now. But it is also tampered because we don't have the cover on. But I just wanted to show you that's the main way you would enroll it. Then you would put the cover back on, align it with the magnet, position it on your door and window, and boom, you have a PowerG door and window sensor to enjoy. So we're going to delete it from the system now, and I'm going to show you how you would do a manual enrollment. But let's get back into the programming. Remember, our installer code is 1111. Choose Installation, Devices, Security Sensors, and we're going to delete the sensor. And we're not deleting our Z-Wave siren, we're deleting our door and window right there. And we'll just click Delete, click the sensor, and then press Delete on there, and then we'll confirm. And then it's deleted the sensor. So now, let's say that auto-enrollment wasn't working for you, and you needed to do a manual enrollment. So what we're going to do, actually, I'll show you that again just to make sure that everyone saw how to get there. We're at the sensor screen here, the security devices screen, and we're not going to choose auto-learn sensor. We're going to choose add sensor, and this is the menu where we can manually enroll the sensor. The first thing we want to do is we want to set the source to PowerG. Because if you don't do that right away, then it will make you re-enter it. So then you need to find the serial number for the sensor or the sensor DL ID. And you might be confused because it's not on the sensor here, but if you look on the cover, there it is. We have ours here. It's a bit hard to see because it's pretty small, but I'll enter it in accordingly. So we enter it here, and it looks like ours is 109, and then it already knows that it's a door and window sensor based on that initial code, and then the last 4 digits are 6229. And again, you can find this on a white sticker on the cover for the sensor. So we have ours configured properly. That all looks good the way we want it. Remember, sensor group, that will determine how the system responds when the sensor is faulted. Make sure you choose the correct one. Configure the settings the way you want, but we're fine with those, so we'll choose Add New. But it's not enough to do it this way. So when I go back to the home screen, you're going to see that we still have an exclamation mark next to the sensor. It's not quite ready yet. So we actually have to do a tamper trouble to get it to enroll. So I'm going to put the cover back on first, just like that. Pops into place. And now I'm going to open up the sensor again. And then we're going to wait a brief moment. I'll put the cover back on, and I'll align it back with the magnet, and you should see that the trouble goes away. It will take a brief moment for this to happen. But we're done with the screwdriver here. So we faulted it again. We did the tamper cover again. And we're just going to get this back into, aligned. And so we should have the tamper cover released now. We have our magnet here, and we're going to align it properly. And you see that it is cleared from the system. It is in the good state. So after we did the manual enrollment, we did the tamper cover to get rid of it. And we're going to simulate the door opening. Remember, the magnet goes on the moving portion of the door or the window, and the sensor goes on the stationary frame. So we have opened up the door or the window. It separates, and it says that the front door is open. And now we're going to close our front door. And you see it says closed. And just to demonstrate one more time, we opened up the door. The magnet moves away from the sensor, and we get the fault again. That's the fault. Opening up the sensor is the tamper, and opening up the door to separate the magnet from the sensor is the fault. So after we did that, the tamper, we got it to enroll after the manual enrollment. So you just need to remember to do that, that tamper cover. Open up the sensor, close it. If you have it opened up already, then open it up again once you're at the main screen to get rid of that exclamation mark and complete the enrollment process. So that's how it'll roll with the IQ Panel 2 Plus. So that's how you enroll a DSC PG9303 with a Qolsys IQ Panel 2 Plus security system. You can do the auto-enrollment or the manual enrollment. We recommend the auto-enrollment if possible, but if you find that it's not doing a successful auto-enrollment by powering it on, then you can do the manual enrollment instead. If you have any questions about the DSC PG9303 or about any of the other PowerG sensors, or about the Qolsys IQ Panel 2 Plus, or about alarm monitoring services, send an email to support@alarmgrid.com. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up below to like the video, and remember to subscribe to our channel for updates on future videos. We hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.